At Cape Canaveral, Mission Commander Ava Whitmore screamed 7 seconds before launch. "Do not launch Liberty 9. Its reentry shield is dead." Flight Director Grant Mercer laughed and said, "I stopped the countdown, not you." The rocket reached orbit, the signal from Earth broke. Then the final transmission froze the control room. 7 seconds before Liberty 9 launched from Cape Canaveral, Mission Commander Ava Whitmore saw one number turn cold on her screen. Not red. Not blinking. The reentry shield was not reading heat because it was already dead. Ava grabbed her headset and screamed, "Do not launch Liberty 9. The reentry shield is dead." The control room froze. Above them, the countdown clock burned like a warning. T-7. Flight Director Grant Mercer turned slowly toward her. He didn't look scared. He looked annoyed. "Ava," he said into the room speaker, "America does not cancel history because one woman got nervous." A few people lowered their eyes. Ava didn't. "That board is green because someone taught it how to lie," she said. "If that capsule comes home, it burns." Grant smiled. "Countdown stop when I say so." "Not you." T-3. Ava looked at the main screen. Inside Liberty 9 were Captain Owen Briggs, pilot Marcus Vail, and Dr. Hannah Reed. 3 living people. 3 families watching. Millions of Americans cheering. Owen's voice came through the headset. "Ava, do we have a problem?" Ava leaned closer. "Yes. And if they don't stop this launch, you trust my voice over every green light in this room." Grant cut her channel. Then he gave the order. "Proceed." The ground shook. Liberty 9 rose into the Florida sky on a pillar of fire. Everyone clapped. Ava stood still. Because she knew they weren't watching a launch. They were watching 3 astronauts being sent toward a fire waiting for them on the way home. For the first 30 minutes, Liberty 9 looked perfect. Orbit was clean. Cameras showed Earth glowing blue beneath the capsule. News anchors called it a flawless American achievement. Then Hannah Reed's voice cracked through the control room. "Cape, we're seeing a ghost reading on the shield." The applause died. Grant straightened. "Repeat that." Marcus answered. "The public board says shield green. But under load, it's not responding." Ava closed her eyes for half a second. She had been right. And now they were too high to stop. Owen came on the line. "Ava, tell me there's another way home." Grant turned toward her like a man forced to ask help from the person he had just humiliated. Ava stepped to the main console. "There is one possible way," she said. "A shallow skip reentry. You touch the atmosphere, bounce once, bleed speed, then enter again." Grant snapped. That maneuver was never approved for Liberty 9. Ava didn't look at him. Neither was burning 3 astronauts alive on national television. "Be honest. If you were in that control room, would you believe the calm woman reading the danger or the powerful man holding the launch authority?" Owen said, "Ava, we're with you." Ava began calling numbers fast. "Rotate 5 degrees nose high. Do not begin standard descent. Marcus, keep your hands off auto guidance unless I tell you." Then the first disaster hit. The left thruster jammed. Liberty 9 started rolling. On the main screen, the capsule spun slowly over Earth, like a coin falling through darkness. Marcus shouted, "Cape, I can't stop the roll." Grant whispered to the communications officer, "Cut the public feed." Ava heard him. "No," she said. "Keep it open." Grant's face went hard. "That is an order." Ava turned to him. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was steady. 3 people are alive because I stopped listening to your orders." The room went silent. Then another alarm screamed. "Oxygen reserve. 38 minutes." The skip re-entry needed 29. There was no room for one more mistake. Ava leaned into her mic. "Marcus, vent the service module right side. Use the leak like a steering jet." Marcus almost laughed from panic. "You want me to steer a spacecraft with a leak? I want you to survive with what still works." He did it. The roll slowed. For one breath, the room believed they had a chance. Then the shield temperature jumped. 1,200 degrees. 1,600. 2,100. Hannah whispered, "Ava. The shield is peeling." Ava stared at the telemetry. There was a hidden pattern in the failure. Not random. Not accident. Someone had known. She opened the Bay 14 maintenance archive and found a missing file marker. Deleted 12 minutes before launch. Her stomach went cold. "Grant," she said quietly, "where is the original SHIELD report?" Grant didn't answer. That silence was louder than an explosion. Before Ava could push harder, Liberty 9 dropped into blackout. The screen turned gray. The crew's voices vanished. No telemetry. No heartbeat line. No location. Only static. The control room became so quiet Ava could hear someone crying behind her. Grant slowly removed his headset. "It's over," he said. Ava kept hers on. "No one dies while I can still hear static." She called again. "Liberty 9, this is Cape." Owen, Hannah, Marcus, respond. Nothing. 10 seconds. 20. 30. Then a broken whisper came through. It was Hannah. "Ava, we found something in the onboard archive." A data packet hit the control room server. The main wall screen changed. A maintenance report appeared. Bay 14, Reentry shield fracture confirmed. Launch hold required. Signed, Ava Whitmore. Then an audio file opened. Grant Mercer's voice filled the entire room. "Delete the red shield flag. We launched today. The sponsors are already inside." Nobody breathed. Grant's face turned white. Ava looked at him, calm and cold. "You didn't lose the truth, Grant. You just launched it into orbit." But the capsule still had to come home. Liberty 9 reappeared on radar, too steep and too hot. The shield temperature climbed again. 2,800 degrees. 3,400. 3,900. Owen shouted, "Ava, we're skipping too high." Ava watched the curve. She corrected early, they would burn. She waited too long, they would bounce into space and miss Earth. "Hold," she said. Marcus screamed, "Ava!" "Hold!" Hannah cried, "We're losing the window." Ava's eyes locked on one moving line. "Now. Nose down 2 degrees. Vent right side. Do not touch auto." The capsule dipped. Too far. Alarms exploded. For one terrible second the entire room thought Ava had killed them. Then the angle caught. The temperature dropped. The blackout cleared. Marcus's voice returned, shaking. "Cape, Liberty 9 is through the fire." The room erupted. Ava didn't celebrate. "Chutes," she said. One parachute opened. Then the second. The third stayed locked. The capsule began swinging violently over the Atlantic. Owen yelled, "Third chute failed." Ava pulled up the manual system. "Hannah, under your lower panel find the yellow C-ring." "I have it." "Don't pull. Twist clockwise first. It won't move." Ava's voice softened. "Hannah, listen to me. You trusted me before launch. Trust me now." 3 seconds passed. 4. 5. Then the third parachute burst open above the ocean like a white flower. Liberty 9 splashed down 220 miles east of Jacksonville. 9 minutes later the recovery hatch opened. Owen came out first. Then Marcus. Then Hannah, crying so hard she could barely stand. Back at Cape Canaveral no one clapped this time. They just looked at Ava. The woman they had dismissed 7 seconds before launch had brought 3 astronauts home from a fire everyone else had called safe. Security escorted Grant Mercer out before the crew reached shore. As he passed Ava he whispered, "You destroyed my career." Ava looked at him and said, "No, Grant. I stopped you from burying 3 people with it." So tell me in the comments, what would you have done if everyone laughed at your warning but you knew staying silent could cost lives? The moral is simple. Never laugh at the person who sees the fire before the room feels the heat. Truth may be ignored for 7 seconds, but it can still survive the flames. If Ava's courage kept you watching, hit like, subscribe and comment below. Would you have stopped the launch at 7 seconds?